man, tech glitches left and right. I think it's this computer. I don't even know what to tell you. I don't know if it's the computer or the streaming software. Maybe it's the season. Maybe my computer's haunted. I don't know. I'm gonna try and keep it going though. Let's see if we can make it even just a few minutes. Maybe it'll just hold the whole time. We'll get lucky. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, hey everybody, thanks for joining me. Yeah, having a lot of technical problems today. Very sorry about that. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're staying safe. Hope some of you had a chance to catch Adobe Max. It was so inspiring. It was such a great event. And if not, you can go back and watch a ton of those fantastic sessions and guest talks that we had with a lot of really cool folks. I highly recommend you check that out. So I had a mask for you today I was going to wear. And I was so busy trying to work out these tech glitches that didn't happen, but you know, I was going to try and launch like this, but what the heck, right? Anyway, I hope you're all doing okay, and I gotta kick it off and make sure we get to some drawing here today, just in case things go nuts again and it doesn't work for us. So let's get going on that. And before we do though, obviously I gotta make a little joke for you. So I have to ask, why did the vampire read the newspaper? He heard it had great circulation. Alrighty, time to draw. All right, here we go. Now, let's see who we have here in the chat. We have some nice folks. We have Steven and Jortermia. Hey, thanks for joining me yesterday on my other live stream. Appreciate that. Michelle and Steve and Ariana and my goodness, Jessica. Hello. Umacorn. Hey everybody. Yeah, let's hope this stream holds. Okay, and I have some good luck. Today we're going to draw something really fun, and it's going to be special for the season. Of course, I love Halloween. It's so fun. To do these drawings, remember you got to be able to draw three simple things: a straight line, okay, oh, that's a curvilinear. My mistake. There we go, curvilinear line, or a zigzag. Now, if you can do those things, you can follow along with me and you'll have no trouble at all. So, why don't we get cracking? Now, to start the drawing today, you're going to want to be able to do a C-curve. Now, C-curve could be like this, could be like that, could be tight like that, could be more narrow. So, we're going to take this one step at a time. And we're going to start with a C-curve that looks like actually the letter C. How convenient. And we're going to do it like this. Watch carefully. I'm going to come out and down about like so. Okay? So I want you to try and sort of match that curve that I've drawn there for you. Alrighty. Now, we're going to take this bottom bit here. We're going to carry it across a little ways like this. Watch this. I'm going to just carefully add a bit of a curve and then sort of flatten it out and carry it about like that. Okay, now here's the challenging bit. We're going to try and do some symmetry here. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, so don't put too much pressure on yourself. But what we're going to try and do is come up and sort of match this curve, but mirror it on that side. So one thing you can do to make this easy for yourself is, check this out. You can rotate your paper. Sometimes it's easy to look at something differently so that you can say, okay, I'm going to look at this point here. I'm going to bounce down here and try and estimate about where I should hit that. And make yourself a little dot. Then you can rotate your paper back, right? And say, hey, does that look about right? Let's see. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And then you can start curving up towards it. Okay? You can rotate it back again. Say, all right, now I think I want to kind of hit a point about there. Let's see. Bam, about like that. That feels pretty close. Right? You give yourself these little cheats, I like to call them, and then you can curve up and around and sort of hit that, and that's how you get a little bit of symmetry going on, right? Now, did I make it perfect? Nah, I could probably shave off a little bit right there. It's probably good enough. Alrighty. Now, the next step is going to be a nice curvilinear line as well, and it's going to be really curvy, okay? So check this out. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to start with a shallow C curve in the center here, between these two lines. Watch this. Shallow C curve, like so. Okay, see that? Really shallow. Left a little space right there, okay? And now I'm going to turn that into sort of an S curve by coming out that way, and then same on the other side, like that. Check it out. All right, now a little diagonal line moving up this way. Diagonal, okay. And now I'm going to do some zigzag action. Are you ready for some zigzags? Here we go. Zigzag, zigzag. They don't have to all be the same size. They can be kind of different. And then I'm going to flop on down that way. Bam. And that is the start of our drawing. Okay. You probably by now have already guessed what it is, but I'll just carry on and pretend you don't know. All right, now we're going to do a straight line out this way. Remember, lines are easier to draw straight when you lock your wrist and draw with your shoulder. Okay. And that's a secret I learned in the old art school there. You lock your wrist and draw with your shoulder, and look how straight I can get that line. Not bad, right? A little bit of a wobble up front, but hey, not too bad. The other thing you might notice is I'm drawing sort of vertically and diagonally downward to get my straight line. Now, drawing across the page, left to right, right to left, is a little harder. So again, if you want, you can rotate your paper to get this done. Okay, so I'm going to actually rotate it a full 90 degrees. I'm going to draw a line out to about there, okay? So here we go. I'm going to come down and make it out to about that point. Okay, how's that look? Good, 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 good. All right, now I want to do the same thing on the other side. So again, I can rotate that paper. And hey, looking for a little hint, give yourself that dot. So I come from the center and I come on down and I say that looks about right. Right, and then I just carry on down towards that line like so. Then I can just rotate it back and see how I did. Okay, not too shabby. All right, now move about 1/3 of the way outward. So 1, 2, 3, about to maybe here. Okay, out for the total length of that line. From here to here to here, there's about 1/3 of it right there. And come from this point here to about another 1/3, right about there. And what you're going to do is a diagonal line, but it's a shallow diagonal. So look, like that. And then another one right here. Okay, 1 and 2. And then you're going to give it a little turn. And this one I'm going to make a little longer. Okay, I want there to be some asymmetry there. We don't often do that, do we? All right, now look at these points here where we have this horizontal line connecting with those first curves we drew. And here I'm going to do a V shape. Okay, this is another zigzag, but this zigzag is also going to be asymmetrical. So I'm going to come on down this way. See that? I'm going to cross over that center line and then follow it up to there. Okay, so asymmetry in action. Okay, now out from here, I'm going to come down again, and then I'm just going to connect right there. Okay, and then I'm actually going to do a line. I'm going to come up from this point. I'm not going to draw down from here. I'm going to come up a little ways, draw another line, and then come on up like that. So what we're doing is we're making a collar. Okay, so by now you probably figured out this is a scarecrow, right? And we want to have that asymmetry. You'll see why in a minute, because it's going to make our drawing more interesting. Alrighty, now here's where I do a nice curvilinear line. This one's going to be really wavy. I'm going to come down like this in an S curve and then one more curve towards the bottom. Watch. Down, like that. Okay, and there, I'm just going to break away from here and come straight down, follow that down, okay? Make it go a little longer, and then connect these two. And then here I'm just going to draw this up to there. Okay, so there's our ill-fitting shirt. Now all you have to do is make a few little dots there for some buttons. Okay, you're good to go with that shirt so far. Okay, now, remember these lines we drew here? I want you to drop a slightly diagonal line down like that. Do the same on this side, okay? And then come back and back. And then we come up and up, right? And then watch this. Wavy line, Okay, and those are the sleeves of that shirt. Okay, now next step, we're just going to come straight out from here, right? See where this line is here? I'm just going to carry it a little further out like this. And then same over here. Out we go. And now I get to have some fun drawing branches. Are you ready? Or like twigs. Do a little line like that maybe. You can make whatever shapes you want here to finish out the hands, so to speak. So whatever shape you want to make some little branches. Check it out. There we go. Now that looks nice and creepy, right? Spooky, spooky. All right, slide them up a little bit so I got room for the bottom. Now I'm looking at about the center here, and I'm just going to draw a line from here down, and I'm going to pretend I'm carrying that all the way through. It meets it about here, and then I'm just going to carry it on down like so. Okie dokie. All right, nice. Now, see, I like having that asymmetry so that line doesn't bump into that shirt, right? That's nice like that. And then here, what we're going to do is we're just going to put a few little lines as if to suggest that maybe there's some straw in there or something like that, whatever you want it to be. Okay? Now, before I get to the grass, I want to add a ribbon to the hat. I'm going to do this, draw a little line, and then watch what I do here. 1, 2, 3, and then keep it going. Now, why did I do that? Because I want it to be a little bit messed up, right? Which reminds me, if you want to on your shirt, right, you could interrupt one of these lines like this, and check it out. You can just do a few little lines like that, showing that maybe, you know, the shirt got a little scuffed up, a little damaged, right? That's a fun thing to do. Nice little touch you could add. Why not? Go for it, right? Oh, and guess what I forgot? Right here. Little pocket. I like that. I think that's an important detail. All right, now to the face. Are you ready? Now you could draw a line straight down like this, but watch what I do. I'm going to draw a line, wait a moment, leave myself some space, and then keep drawing it. See that? And then right here I go up, wait a moment, keep drawing it. Why am I doing that? Okay, now here comes a C curve at the bottom and another C curve to connect it. Okay, the streaming gods are with me. I noticed that I haven't cut out yet. Maybe I shouldn't say that, I'll jinx myself. See why we did this? We left ourselves that space so we could then draw those little C curves to finish out the holes there. Okay, cool, right? And now here's how I like to do the mouth. I just go down, up, just like that. Now there's your pumpkin, and here's what you can do. You can draw a little line, right? And then like this. Draw another one. You can sort of break it up here and there. It's always a nice thing to do. Got your pumpkin right there. No problem. All right, and now, you know what? I look at this and I think, hey, gosh, you know what I could do? I could probably just fill in most of this. That might look even better. Yeah, I kind of like having that dark spot in there for contrast with maybe just a little bit of detail. That to me looks better. Well, you do what you want. It's your drawing, right? You could even color in that brim maybe, or maybe the top of the hat needs a little color. I don't know. Let's see how that looks, folks. Sometimes I get into this stuff and I think, gosh, how could I improve the legibility and the dark to light balance of this drawing? Boy, am I getting too artsy-fartsy for all of you? Sorry about that. Now check this out. Uno, dos, tres. Look at this. I just throw in these lines and voila, we have some grass and you're good to go. Now you want to put a little crow sitting on there, maybe a little birdie bird. Up to you. But that is our You Draw It for today. A nice scarecrow. What do you think about that, gang? All right, now we are going to move it along to our art vocab for the day. Are you ready? Art vocab for the day is contrapposto. Check it out, contrapposto. An asymmetrical arrangement of the human figure in which the line of the arms and shoulders contrast with, while balancing, those of the hips and legs. Well, what kind of crazy definition is that? Let me show you what that means, gang. Grab another color right here. So this is not a contrapposto pose. Look at how everything is lined up. Look at the hips, right? Look at the shoulders. Look at the knees, right? This is just a straight up and down, pretty unnatural pose, to be honest. We don't stand like that all day, do we? How do we stand? Well, usually what we do is we allow one leg to support most of the weight in our bodies. And when we do this, okay, it forces this hip to come up. Okay, let me grab another color. It's easier to see on the David here. There, so it's forcing this hip to come up and it's pushing it out to the left. Now what happens? Well, check out this line. Then you get a diagonal here. Well, this hip drops, this knee bends and comes forward, right? This is a much more natural way to stand. But what else happens? Well, once this hip comes up, to counterbalance it, what happens up here at the shoulders? We move a diagonal in the other way. See this nice S-curve we're getting here, right? Isn't that gorgeous? So now we have this shoulder dropping and this shoulder coming up behind the hand, can't see it. Then the head is going to tilt itself that away. Now this is the famous Contrapposto that looks so natural and beautiful. And you see it all over classical sculpture. You see it simply looking around your environment. Look how people stand. And it's pretty nifty, isn't it? Something to think about. Contrapposto. All right. Nice Italian word there. Folks, that is art vocab for the day. And now it is time for, you know what? It's time for animal and activity. Now, the animal and activity is where, of course, you're going to suggest to me in the chat an animal doing something bizarre, something strange or unexpected, something funny, and I will attempt to draw it in the time that we have remaining, and it's going to be a blast. So, I need you to come up with something really fun for me. I'll check out the chat, I'll see what you got, and we're going to make something fun. I've got my nice light blue color ready to go for my underdrawing, for my sketch. We'll see what you come up with. All right. Contrapposto, yes, indeed. All right. I'm sure a lot of you out there already knew this. Hey, all right, I'm reading some comments here. You put with straw and pockets for today's doodle. Clever, I love that. Cool, cool, cool. Straw everywhere. You can do straw coming out of the sleeves. That's a neato idea. A door is not a door when it is ajar. Haha, Michelle, I love that joke. You know I like the corny jokes. All right, we have a meerkat eating pasta. We have rats doing the conga. That's fun. What else we got? By the way, I got to tell you, I don't know how to draw a meerkat. A hummingbird drinking tea. How adorable. I like that, Ariana. Very nice, very nice. Boy, I'm looking at the time. I've got about 6 minutes to go. I'm going to have to choose something from these first three, even though I know some of you were coming up with some really cool ideas. I'm just going to have to jump right in there, and I think I'm going to do the hummingbird drinking tea. Ariana, you got it. So here it comes. All right, now, hummingbird. I know their wings are beating a billion miles a minute, right? And so we got to get that wing there, and then it's just going crazy. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Tiny little body. Puff out their chest a little bit, don't they, those hummingbirds, when they're flying? They got the wings straight back. Flying really fast. And then there's about the shape of the head. And they have a nice, long, skinny beak, do they not? If I remember correctly. There we go. Could even like really exaggerate that beak. Like that. And what does a hummingbird's tail look like? I can't. Oh, I know. Kind of splayed out when they're in mid hover, isn't it? Sort of just maybe for balance, I guess that's sort of how it looks, huh? And I've never really noticed what they do with their feet when they're flying. I guess they kind of tuck them in there. Boop, boop, boop. Sort of tuck them back. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'll check the chat, see if any hummingbird experts have an opinion on that. And we're going to put a little straw right here. A little bendy straw. And oh, maybe you were thinking of like warm tea, not iced tea. Hang on a minute. Let me think about that. So maybe we could do a small straw like this. and then set it in a nice teacup. You know, I like the shape of that more, anywho, so I think that's what we're gonna do, gang. Yeah, I like that shape a little more. I think that's nicer. Get that teacup to look right, and then throw a little handle back there. That's what I want. Just behind the edge there. Get that to come around and down. That feels good. Okay. What do you think? So we got our little, get those feathers to be a bit more interesting there on the chest. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, and now I'll knock that back just a hair so we can see it well enough to draw it, but not make it too dark. Make a new layer. And now, here we go. We're just gonna go for it, gang. Zoo! Here comes our hummingbird. I want to give that hummingbird some pretty eyes. What do you think? Why not, right? Whoops. Get that a little rounder there. And then we've got these wings just going so fast you can barely see what's going on there. I want to suggest that there's all this motion, right? It's hard sometimes to suggest speed, but you can use those little action lines and you can draw through the action, right? To kind of communicate what's going on, and that can work nicely. All right, now I think I'm just gonna have the legs just kind of tuck like that, so they're not in the way. Okay, and here comes a little straw. You know what, I think I will make it a little bendy straw. Isn't that always cuter? Let's do that. Down it goes. And around we go. And down and around. Whoopsie. Try to get a little more precise there. There we go. And just in the nick of time, we got it. I think that works. What do you think, gang? Well, hey, you know what? That was fun, wasn't it? Okay, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Sorry about the tech glitches, but here we are. Everything's great. Everybody take care of yourselves. And remember, please, be kind. I'll see you tomorrow for more Halloween fun. Take care, everybody. Spooky. Ciao for now.